Oh, it's pretty good.
Really good shape.
Whereas the kids, yeah. You see the little baby swing where you sit on with them?
I didn't know he was in there.
You look at that. That's you got a under 2-year-old, can't sit in the seat. There's a swing for the little one, and then you sit across from them, and the two of you swing together. Good morning, Brent. Good morning. How are you? Good. That's fine. If she's okay for you now. Okay, I'll talk to you. All right. She's okay, that's fine. On the duplicate. That's why it's not okay.
She's trying to get us. Kind of waiting for April to come in here.
Excuse me.
Are you ready? All right. Meeting order, please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah. Any additions or corrections to the minutes of the last meeting?
I did not notice any.
You have a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as they stand.
I'll second it. Motion been made and seconded to approve the minutes of the last meeting as presented. Those in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? No claims or no payroll docket this week. Amy's on vacation. Department reports, anything not already on the agenda?
Yes, last week, the sewer plant, we had a inspection by IDEM. It wasn't a very good inspection. It was my weekend to work. I didn't notice anything out of order, anything like that. I came in on Monday morning. It looked cloudy. Just happened to have an inspection by IDEM on Monday as well. Perfect combination, which is totally fine. But so we were high on ammonia. We were out of our limits on ammonia. We had to do expedited testing, which I did all week long. We were back within compliance by Thursday of last week. So other than that, that's it.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Wayne?
We had a water leak on Elm Street in front of Judy Aylis' house. So it was on the town side, so we had to dig up the road and fix that. But we are going to have to run a new line to, I can't think of the guy's name.
Jim Giles' old house.
So instead of trying to cut up that new road, we were wanting to get a quote. So Donnie called, I think, 2 different boring companies to see what it cost to bore a line underneath that road versus cutting it up, and have to repair that too.
Anything else? Legal non-present? Law enforcement, Mike?
Nothing.
Nothing? Bill? Ken?
Yeah, I just wanted to dovetail on what Dustin said. Your utility guys are doing an excellent job. I mean, Wayne tries a little harder than most of them, but that's all right. But you guys do an excellent job. They run the plant great. They're on top of everything, so you couldn't ask for better wastewater operators. But you got a couple of problems with your plant. Every quarter we turn in an agreed order to IDEM, and during the inspection report, no fault of theirs at all. It's just a system. You put a lot of effort into the utility. And you had a couple of their days that you exceeded your plant rated capacity flow. We're trying to track that down in the system. And also, ammonia is an issue you might want to take a look at. I know, Justin, your digesters are working good.
Yeah.
Great. And then your sludge handling is good.
Yes.
And your secondary clarifiers in good shape.
Yep.
Yeah. Those are all problems that they dinged you in the past, now you got it all squared away. Now it's the flow and you seem to have an issue. I think you guys got the pneumonia problem under control, or is that something you're still fighting?
It's under control, yes.
So I don't know if you guys wanted to, one of the things they want you to do is get rid of your excess flow. And the only way to know how to do that is to track down the meter or smoke test or something in the inspection system. So might be something you want to take a look at as far as giving them some support or saying, go ahead and do the flow metering or the testing or the smoke testing or something so that they can track down those excess sources of flow. And I mean, they can't do much to you. You've already got an agreed order, but you're supposed to be making progress. And it's kind of hard to, without going out and doing those things, it's kind of hard to update every 3 months.
So what's your suggestion? Is the first thing to do?
I mean, we've been talking about flow metering for a long time. I think authorizing some flow metering in the manhole to try to track down which areas that flow is coming from, and then eliminate it. I'm not sure how your budget is to do pay for stuff like that. But I'm not talking about hiring us. I'm talking about getting somebody to actually do it. You know, I'm not looking for work at all. Just someone else could go do it, and then or put Dwayne down there like I've been suggesting if you don't want to go down in there. But find somebody to go in there and put a flow meter in the manhole in each section and track that down. So that will get rid of the flow. And I think that'd be, if you got rid of the flow, it'd solve a heck of a lot of the problems at the plant, and you'd be running a pretty good plant. So but anyway, just something to think about. Maybe when Donna gets back, we can talk about it further. It's something to consider.
Yeah, but getting some quotes to put the flow meter in.
Sorry, thanks so much for
All right, sounds good. Streets, our grant,
They have not announced the award yet. They did change it now to do the streets. You have to have somebody that's went to training and passed the test. So late last month, I was in the training and passed the test. So you got a registered number there. So you're in good shape there. I don't know why they're doing that. It's like you're trying to cut down the number of people getting the grants almost. But as soon as it opens up, I'll let you know, and we can submit those grants that we talked about.
Great.
So we'll monitor it, and we'll be ready to go.
sounds good. Concerns from the public? Terry,
Sure.
Dina, whatever?
I want to talk about the fish fries coming up. We've got a lot going on with the fish fry this year. How many booths?
Over 60.
Wow.
Nice.
Which is 25 more or so than last year. Yeah. So, we're using our space.
Creative.
Yeah, best we can. And what we'd like to ask is permission to close Taylor Street like we would for school, from just right in front of the school. Because one of the things we want to do is have a car show, and that would be a great place by the sidewalk there to line up cars for a car show. Tentatively have the car show scheduled for Saturday night. But I think it would be nice to have it closed the whole time, just because we're using a lot of the space and the new playground, and we don't have any barrier. The kids were kind of used to the posts or something, and so I don't know. I just think we're already closing the side street. I don't know the name of that street, but
Agree.
I think it would be nice if we could close Taylor Street for 3 nights. So.
Mike, do you have comments on
I
that?
understand it for the night of the car show.
Yeah.
But that leaves you one street.
Right.
That is not a full street when people park on it.
Yeah, you're right. So I knew that's what you were gonna say. I didn't know who was gonna say it, but I knew
Whoever
somebody was
takes-
gonna say it.
There's
So,
a responsibility on who's gonna take care of these people's cars if there's a crash.
right. So my suggestion is we're using the baseball field to park on. I'd like to go out there and put lines or something to help people know where to park more efficiently.
It's still not gonna change anything parking over there. The first place they're gonna park is on Elm Street
Uh-huh.
because that's the closest.
Mhm.
But you can't get completely off of Elm Street, especially on actually either side, because everybody parks their It's the residents on the south side. On the north side, you have the sidewalk.
Mhm.
So when they start parking there and people's inability to parallel park,
Right.
they end up on the street, which with no parking there is tough to get two full-size trucks to go through.
Mhm.
And I have
But,
a concern for later too, but that may be a public safety issue too. Like emergency vehicles getting through.
You only have, that eliminates everything. So if the fire truck or an ambulance needs to get down through there and people are parked on the street and they meet a car, they cannot get through.
Mhm.
It's a very public safety concern.
Well, Reggie has already told us he agrees that it should be closed.
That's Reggie thinking, which is fine, but it's a safety concern because he's not thought through.
right, yeah. I see what you're saying. I don't disagree.
Maybe, I mean, maybe just put up some reserve signs in that. You're just want to use like the gravel area for the car show, right?
Well, I was gonna use by the sidewalk across the street and park them up there, and then use the other side if we had to overflow. You know what I mean? If we had extra cars. But,
Or Saturday night, I understand that, and I get it, for the car show, it should be, probably should be closed. But all 3 nights, I would be very opposed to it. The best thing you could do for a safety issue is block off the parking on the south side by the playground. That would eliminate any safety issue with the kids, keep the street open.
oh, I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
put up some no parking
So
signs.
no parking,
No parking
no parking.
on the south side of Taylor Street along where
So at least that would give the kids a buffer.
it gives those kids a buffer
Playground
zone,
and road.
a safety issue, but still keeps that street open since the
Mhm.
railroad ties have been removed as barricades
Mhm.
for the sake of the playground.
And, I mean, it's related, but, so what is the plan? Is there gonna be something to go back up there, or is it just gonna be open like it is, or do we even know?
Donnie said after he talked to Kristen and someone else last week, the week before, the school was talking about putting a whole curb down in front of that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they were. So when
Yeah,
that'll get done or even,
yeah.
Mhm. Okay. All right, so you think we just close off the parking part of that?
Close off the parking part of that for your safety of your kids.
Uh-huh.
I'm all for that. That should be done no matter what.
What am I gonna,
Just so people don't, not only just for the safety of kids, for the safety of the new parking or the new playground for somebody that doesn't slip and hit the brake.
right, well, right now they would hit that,
That ain't stopping nothing.
oh, it's not,
Nope, there ain't nothing there to stop a car going through.
okay,
They'll hop a curb, even when they put the curb in, they'll hop that curb in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it needs some posts back in there.
yeah,
But for a public safety issue, all 3 nights I would be opposed to it.
Okay.
I mean, not really big fan of it on Saturday night, but
well,
For the
if
number-
that's the way we're gonna do it, we'll
But for
just
the
have.
number of people that's also gonna be out there walking around looking at cars, you have the public safety issue there, so that's the only justification for blocking the street, is if you're putting cars there. Then Saturday also, you could open that on the south side for those guys with their cars for the car show. They're not going to back into the playground,
No, right,
but there's gonna be enough of them, and if they don't fulfill all of that parking area, then you start blocking it off, what they don't use
uh-huh,
for safety.
Could you possibly use the school parking lot for the car show?
yeah, we could, but people park there,
That's a lot of parking there,
There's a lot of parking.
and guys in the car show are gonna say, well, you're putting our cars too far away, nobody's gonna walk over there and see them.
and that's true.
And it's
Kinda
very true.
It's
That's-
almost 10 steps from the park. That's
It's too bad, I mean, nobody's gonna wanna do it, but, you know, the flat place down by the creek, it would be nice if we could, had a way to get down there, then we could use that, but you couldn't get those cars down there, no,
Most of them can,
do you think so?
Unless it rains.
and they have done that in.
but the only time, the problem is, if it rains
yeah.
starting Wednesday, anytime after Wednesday morning,
Start praying
through
now,
Saturday night,
right,
you're not gonna be able to use that, and you have no contingency.
right. Okay, All right, so you and I'll get together and figure it out. Is that okay? Wait,
It's not a me issue, it's their issue.
I know, but you'll help me figure out what's safe?
Blocking off that parking area.
Mhm.
and
How am I gonna
around the
do it?
street. I'm gonna openly say it's not my problem.
Okay.
That's something creative you guys are gonna have to figure out.
Mhm.
Any kind of barricades or signs, and put post up on each end and run yellow tape.
Yeah.
They make caution tape.
Yeah, okay.
Believe it or not, people will not come across that. They'll go avoid the caution tape before anything else.
Hey, you better straighten up. Go out there and I'll be out in a minute. Go. Okay, so next thing we want to talk about, we've found some lights that we would like to use at the fish fry. You want to talk about that?
Oh, yes. So the vendor area, that area is just dark, like super dark. And not that we're trying to get the vendors to stay later. I always tell them we're 5 to dark in that area. But the event is 5 to 10 or whatever. But I found some lights, just overhead, cool, outdoor solar lights. So it would be festive, it would be fun, and it would be functional because it would bring some light to that area, especially with that many booths, that many people in that area. It would just bring some light. And so there's already 3 poles there with wires hung on them. We would just follow that same kind of triangle, but string them lower. And we would find somebody with either a tall ladder or a bucket truck and do that ourselves. We just need to okay that it is okay to hang those lights for 3 days at the park.
They're solar lights.
They're solar lights. So we would just zip tie them up there with a nail or something, and it would be temporary.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
How high are they? How high would they be?
Well, they'll be almost as high as that hot line that runs on the, we'll just drop it a little bit under that. And it's,
You have to have a clearance, there's not just below that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be.
well, the guy that I would put in the bucket truck to do it, he's an electrician, so I'm sure he knows. It would be under that, but it's not, this part is not over the
3 to
pyramid.
5 feet below those wires.
Okay.
Because you look at the distance between any telephone wire, between electric wire, and there's 3 feet of difference. But which is still plenty high enough.
Right, and it's not over the pyramid. This would be over the tents.
Okay. Everyone
Don't see a problem with that for those days.
Is there something else?
put it in the form of a motion.
Make a motion.
Make sure that was a good. I guess I'll make a motion that Lions Club can put temporary solar lights up at the park for the fish fry.
I'll second.
And what about the
Thank you.
closing Taylor Street on at least Saturday night and the parking restrictions on through it all at once since it's sounds like the Saturday night for closing Taylor Street.
From what time to what time?
Probably 4 to 8.
4 to 8?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna start registration at 4 and the show starts at 5 and we're gonna be done at 8.
Somebody said 3 to 10 there.
You think so?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I tend to think the other 2 nights is.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Just for public safety, it's gonna be hard for any emergency vehicles to get through north or south of the park, so.
So Saturday, 4 to 8, some parking restrictions.
And no parking south side.
Well, I've got your attention. I wanna tell you all the cool things that are happening at the fish fry this year.
Wait a
We've
minute,
got-
wait a minute.
Okay.
We got,
Oh, you didn't finish voting?
we gotta get this motion through.
Okay, sorry.
You're fine.
Do I have a second?
Yeah, I said.
All right, motion made in second to allow the Lions Club to put up solar lights and to block Taylor Street on Saturday afternoon from 4 to 8 and restrict some parking there by the north side of the park for safety for the kids. So those in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, motion passes.
All right, so we're gonna have a 3-on-3 basketball tournament like we did last year. We're gonna have a cornhole tournament like we did last year. We're gonna have the pedal tractor pull like we did last year. We're gonna have opening people singing for each of the nights before the bands actually start. We're going to have a baby contest, a Little Miss and Mr. contest. I'm so excited about this. We're gonna have an adult pedal tractor pull on Saturday night. So that's gonna be fun. So if you're too big for the little one, you can do this one. So it'll be fun.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and then we've got lots of new vendors.
Lots of vendors. Cotton candy, lemon shake-ups,
Massage chair.
2 massage chairs. And we're trying to do the whole, last year I had one row that was basically activities, carnival-like type games. But the kids didn't know because they were just booths. But I'm decorating that whole section like carnival, red and white, so the kids will know that it's like carnival. There'll be like an entrance that you go into that where the pyramid is. So it should be fun.
And we're gonna do the straw bale pyramid again.
That was a big success.
Because it's cheap. And we're cheap. So it just looks like it's going good. We've got the volunteers almost all lined up, so.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Any other concerns from the public? All right. Old business. Quotes for gates on Hickory and Taylor Street.
Are we waiting for one more?
Yeah, I thought we were.
Yeah.
Or for the installation for,
So as far as the one that we're waiting for, I told them, to the end of July to
Okay.
get everything together as far as to install whatever dates you guys choose.
I was talking to a guy for Blacktop, and he suggests, last meeting we were talking about putting the fence in before, and the Blacktop guys are opposed to that completely because they'd have to do a lot of hand tamping around those fence posts that they're gonna put in. So sounds like the Blacktop needs to be done before the fence. I do have a quote for Blacktop.
I was gonna say, unless you have the fence guy.
It's like plumbers and electricians.
Exactly, yeah.
And HVAC.
Let me go first.
We'll just put whatever quotes we'll do it out.
I do have a $7,000 quote for Blacktop, starting at the street in the playground. We want to get another quote. Always helps to have hands when.
I think it was last week, we had Immigers meet us about the sidewalk deal, and we talked to them about giving a quote to concrete that alleyway too. So if the
Okay.
school wanted to chalk or do something like that, I don't know. But he's supposed to be getting us a quote for that too, so if you guys wanted to wait, they could.
Hey, I did think of another thing I wanted to ask you about. Dave Weiss is worried about the area between the two playgrounds. You know that during the fish fry, we drive through there.
The emergency lane.
The emergency lane between the two playgrounds.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything down. Should we put something down before the fish fry? What if we get some rain? What?
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about asphalt and concrete, putting something in there permanent,
Yeah.
not stone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why they're talking about asphalt for does protection, but if you
Above
put
it,
concrete down,
second.
the kids can use the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah.
But
That won't be done.
yeah, that will be done for.
So will that, because normally that's how the vendors come into the area, will that not be?
Yeah.
Because I've told all of the vendors at this point that the playground was in blah, 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 and I wouldn't send setup instructions until we knew how they were entering
I
the,
think if we're gonna close off that end, they need to come in from the south side,
Yes. I agree.
Probably.
don't you think? Which is not as great because of that sidewalk,
Yeah.
but
it's easier in a truck than.
trucks can do it for sure.
Yeah.
So should we do something with that area for the fish fry? Dave suggested maybe we get some straw and put down, but I don't wanna do something that's gonna cause you problems if you're doing something else later.
It's no different than anything around the outside of the new playground where it's just dirt.
I guess if we're not driving over it, then.
You're not gonna drive over it, it doesn't affect anything.
All right,
Worst case scenario is just muddy for people to walk. Yeah.
Go on the sidewalk then.
Yeah.
if it's that muddy, they're probably not gonna walk in there anyhow, cause
I
it's
would
too
hope
much
not.
mud. Or just into a new playground, a mud playground.
Okay.
Yeah, I do too.
Wait for another quote on that, wait for a quote for
Yeah.
that.
Quote for sidewalk on Washington Street.
I think you,
That's there.
yeah, you guys should have that.
I think we should go ahead and do that. Maybe make a motion to get that done so they can get working on that.
How much was the quote?
6610 for that whole block.
Right.
And there, are you guys taking the trees down, or did you get a quote for that, or?
I think that's just the install of the concrete. That
Right.
isn't the, so the
Yeah,
town would have to pay for the gravel and all the tear out.
Oh, they're not gonna tear it out or anything?
They never do.
Oh,
We've always done it.
okay.
So. Yeah. I mean, we usually do it anyway, so.
Okay.
This was a load of money.
Yeah.
Cause they would have to run equipment to do it, 'cause they don't have to.
Okay. So tear out and trees, or,
I think Donnie said he was gonna cut trees or something.
yeah, cause I said a tree, but there's 2 trees there, so. Okay. So do you wanna go ahead and get this done, since it's kind of a safety issue over there?
It is.
Well, I guess I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve, Imminger, I don't know how to pronounce the last name, to go ahead and, do the sidewalk there, on Washington Street from the daycare north.
Second.
Motion been made and second to, do the street on Washington Street, the sidewalk on Washington Street by the Fuzzy Bear. Those in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. CELP agreement draft, I haven't had much of a chance to go through it. They emailed it to us.
Glenn said probably need to refresh my memory, because I read it as soon as we got it.
Yeah, that's what,
Yeah.
had a chance to.
What do you guys think about it? Did you read it?
Yeah, I mean, it looked fine. I had a couple questions about, kind of what the added charge was and stuff like that, but.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, it's a little vague on the percentages of
Right.
increase and.
We had talked in the office and we think part of that's to cover for like, how we pay into perf and stuff. They're probably looking at it like, why should they be paying it? So they're gonna charge the town for the hours that their people are here. That's my guess.
Yeah, so we need to kind of make sure on some things on that, I guess.
Yeah, so we need to table that. Might be nice to have the guy come to a meeting, so we can talk
If
about it.
they can, that would be good.
Any other old business? New business? Do I have anything? Items from the clerk treasurer, she's not present. April?
Actually, I don't have anything.
Okay. Ken, did you have anything else for us? or-
No, I'll get with Donnie and we can try to get this wastewater plant.
Right.
Wastewater this year.
Items from the town council.
My only concerns, I only had 2. One was the sidewalk over there, that's dealt with. And then I know we approved to close Franklin here from Main to South.
Mhm.
And I've had some concerns from people about that. not only blocking off their homes, but another public safety concern, because one is a first responder and does not want to get locked in. So they've asked that we just block from Main Street to just south of the bank for the car show, which I think that's fine, because they're not gonna be able to park along the road south of that anyway, because these people that live in the homes there park there. So
Right.
there's not gonna be space for that either without kicking them out of their space to park. So I was hoping we could kind of readjust that and rethink that after the safety concerns came about, and then
And
they're
then,
not wanting to get locked into their,
but as far as the residents, there's alleys that run halfway down that block anyway, so they really wouldn't be blocked in or
well,
if,
it, like, say people decided to, because, I mean, we'd have to block the alleys off then and put no parking. But even if so, then over here, like Angie's house, like.
Yeah.
They're gonna get blocked in if people park in front of the house, he's supposed to get out to go help, like, you know
If
what I
you're
mean?
gonna block off a whole block like that, you need to block off an alley
Yeah,
to prevent cars from coming into Block Street.
so, I mean, that was a safety concern, I guess, is
Yeah.
from them as
I
well.
agree, yeah.
So, and I didn't think about that when we approved it,
No, I
so. I don't know, I mean, I don't know how many cars they're planning on having, but
Probably
the bank parking lot, and then if they park, you know, kind of diagonal and not up against the curb there, they can fit several cars there in front of the Black House.
Right.
too, So
so just
can we readjust that?
amend our
So there's
motion.
not- yeah.
Approve. Yeah, I'll make a motion, we change to do a half a block, I guess, on that.
Yeah, it's just
Saturday.
from Main Street to the north side of the alley.
Yeah.
That good?
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded to amend that motion, so those in favor?
Aye.
I
None opposed? Looks like we have a request for an adjustment on a water leak. Brenda Castillo, 627 East Elm. Is that where the leak was?
No, that was next
Oh,
door.
okay. She says she's stating that she had a water leak that has been repaired in the month of May 2025. It was a total of $536.41, so our $300 limit on that. But I make a motion that we approve this adjustment. Motion been made and seconded to adjust the water limit, water charge for Brenda Castillo. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. Anyone have anything else? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll second that. Motion made and seconded to adjourn. Thank everyone for coming today.
Blue light here now, sure.